So, guys, ready for the final season of Attack on Titan?
For sure.
Yeah, for real, man.
It's getting ridiculous.
So, I'm sure everyone knows the news by now, of course. Attack on Titan is coming out with a third part to the final season, scheduled to be released in 2023. Now, it, of course, spawned a whole bunch of conversation and memes and all sorts of things of like, I don't really think they know what the final season means and all that. And yeah, like having 3 parts to this final season, it's like having it stretched out like this, it begs the question, what happened to Attack on Titan?
So it's season 10, part 3 is what we're now waiting for. I guess they're afraid of the number 12.
Oh my god, seriously. For manga readers like Zero over here, there was obviously some speculation that there's no way they can wrap up at its current pace with the allotted number of episodes. I mean, I guess when they confirmed that they were going to have the final episode just this past weekend as of this recording, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, like I legit was like, don't ruin this. Because like they were pacing well. I mean, everything, like, I mean, there's some things maybe, you know, a little brushed over, but for the most part, they stuck to the manga. And I was real proud of that, you know, proud of Mappa for that. And I was just like, you know, they're doing a really good job. But then when I heard, oh, this is the last episode, I'm like, there's no way they could possibly wrap up this whole thing. Like, I'm like, we're at least 3-4 episodes away from, you know, wrapping this up. Like, and then I was kind of waiting, maybe they were going to do a Demon Slayer and make this episode longer, but nope, no news on that. So I was just really confused, I guess, you know, trying to figure out what was going on.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Zero, but I had heard that this last episode was going to be like an hour and a half episode as the finale. Maybe I might have misheard, but that's what I was going off. That was my assumption going into this last episode. Do you feel like even with the hour and a half time slot, they could still wrap up the like whatever is left in the show?
No. It would have still been somewhat rushed. I mean, I think they would have, you know, done at least a decent job, but no. We definitely needed more time. We definitely needed more episodes, and like I said, I did not hear that, but I mean, I'm not surprised that you did, because I mean that would have been the only way to make it make sense. But yeah, like, you know, like I know probably other manga readers were probably thinking the same thing. So, like I said, then to hear the announcement of the part 3, I was kind of relieved, but at the same time a little upset, because I really truly thought this was going to be the last episode. That's what was advertised anyway.
Yeah, there was kind of a big like lead up, like, guys, this is the finale of Attack on Titan, don't miss it. You know, you had Crunchyroll, Funimation advertising it like that. It's like, you know, kind of the big wrap up. But yeah, I feel like even they got okey doked in a way where like
Yeah.
they bring up all this hype and then leaves you hanging, and then of course that's when you had the big announcement. I saw it on Twitter. I had to link it to everyone. Like, looks like there's gonna be more.
Yeah, I had to check the date. I was like, is this like a late April Fool's or something? Like, this is ridiculous. We just got to get through it. Like, put these episodes out already. Like, come on, man. And I mean, like, I haven't read the manga, and I mean, I'm not caught up on this season, so I don't even know like what's left of the manga. I mean, and what they need to translate over to the anime. Like, is that even really warrant an entire new season?
Yeah, it's good you asked that. I don't think so. I think it will be probably about half of what we've gotten with the first 2 parts. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they drag it out. I don't know. But I see like maybe 5 episodes, 6 episodes tops.
So like a half core in a way. So typically a core in anime is like 12 episodes. A 2 core anime is like the 24, which used to be very common back then. A half core would be just, you know, obviously half of that, like 6. Which led a lot of people to believe that there was going to be a movie, like they would announce like a movie wrap up, a la like Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, just have like just kind of a finale theatrical event, which I mean, it's still, as of this recording, it's still very fresh of the announcement. So maybe in the future they might think about doing something like that. But as of right now, it's just another season, and a year away from everything.
And it's like if there's not a 12 full episodes worth of material left, like why not just, I don't know, just go on a quick hiatus and then, just extend those episodes out when you get them done? Or does this mean that they are about to be changing some of the source material and changing the ending and all that kind of stuff to stretch it out to 12 episodes or more?
See, I'm glad you asked that question. So there's a few things about the I guess the television broadcast stuff. They have a lot of time slots, and from what I understand, I don't know how this really relates to Attack on Titan, but Toei usually has like an allotted time slot for, say, One Piece and Dragon Ball, and that is the time slot. So something always has to kind of fill in that spot. Whether it be like, say, when Super ended, there's a show called Gegege no Kitaro that took its place, and then after that, Digimon took its place. Once Digimon ends, there's a time slot that needs to be filled. So it's like if something's currently airing in that time slot, it's not like you can just be like, oh, this episode's done, here, let's broadcast. I mean, it'd be a little hard possibly for that. And I mean, and on top of all that, I mean, we can kind of talk about this, like when Mappa first kind of took over Attack on Titan. I think there was back in 2019, whatever that year was. It was kind of like taking over a huge undertaking, but with very little time frame to do it. So this production, I mean, I might have mentioned it before, this production has been extremely rushed, and I mean, it is a testament to these animators, probably the sleepless nights and all the insane working conditions they have to go through to get this show to not fall apart at the seams, And so where I'm going with this is that it takes time to make animation. So this is probably why this season has been dragged out as long as it has. It's pretty insane, the undertaking that they have, because we know, like, if we go back to Dragon Ball Super episode 5, that show fell apart by episode 5. It was meme to death and all that. Yeah, they did the fixing of the animation with the Blu-ray and all that, but that's what happens when you undertake something way too fast. You just don't have the time to make it look good. And luckily that hasn't been the case for Attack on Titan. I don't know how they've done it. They just use a whole bunch of great shortcuts and a use of CGI to kind of fill in the gaps, I'm guessing. But yeah, like the fact that this is happening and like it's stretched out for so many years, it probably has to do with something like that.
Makes sense, because Wit had it for the first 3 seasons.
Yes.
And then dropped it altogether, kind of, right? Essentially.
Yeah, they essentially moved on from Attack on Titan, and according to a lot of the sources I've read in this article on Sakuga Brazil, they wanted to ship it out to all these different animation studios, but no one wanted the Herculean task of having to do a show like Attack on Titan in the amount of time that was allotted.
Yeah, dropping the entire 4th season in like a 2-year span, basically.
Yeah, the final season, part 1, was 2020, right? Am I right? 2020 when it premiered, and to 2021.
Yeah.
So yeah, roughly 2 to 3 years. And then part 2, the final season, was supposed to, I guess, wrap it up, but I guess we're having a final season, guys.
Crazy, man.
Basically, they are working these people to death, is what this is. Because I mean, you also have to consider that Mappa also has all those other the other projects they're doing. You got the Jujutsu Kaisens and Chainsaw Man coming up.
Chainsaw Man's coming.
Like,
I was looking. They still had like 2 other animes. I can't think of it at the top of my head.
I know they have Dorohedoro, Kakegurui.
Yeah, Devil's Paradise. I think it's a TV show that's coming out. Oh God, it's just they're struggling over there as far as like the undertaking for the animators. So I mean, I feel for them. It's a extremely tough industry. It's not just MAPPA that has these problems, but
MAPPA was the only studio who decided to hop on this one. Everybody else said, "Nah, I'm good, bro. We got all this stuff to do, and there's all this pressure for Attack on Titan because it's such a mainstream anime."
Yes.
And everyone else said, "Nah, bro. Y'all go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that. Take that somewhere else."
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I mean, I think there wouldn't be as big of a stink if they never called it the final season in the first place.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep, just call it season 4 and you're good to go. If you need to extend it out,
yep,
no issue.
Yes, yep. Because I feel like the plan was for all them to do a quote-unquote final season, but given the undertaking that they had to do, it obviously couldn't be done in just one go-around. Like, it just couldn't.
Yeah, just kind of bit him in the ass.
Not only did they have the task of adopting the show in its entirety, but they also had the task of faithfully ending a show, which I think is just monumentally much more difficult than starting with the show. I hearken this back to like the Avenger movies, like how they did the movies in phases. I don't think the movies had all the same directors, but when we got all the way to Endgame, where you had multiple movies invested in this storyline that led up to this ending, how do you even hope to end a series where multiple characters in multiple universes are coming together for this one ending and make it faithful to comics and make it acceptable for audiences and make it accessible to every. I liken it to that, where how do you make how do you end an anime? First, how do you adopt it, make the animation your own, end the series faithfully to the manga, but make sure that people aren't too taken aback, and then also make it gripping and still continue on the tension and still build tension as you're trying to get this show out the door.
Very likely going to be half core. I mean, that's just pure speculation on our part. We have no sources on this. It's too early to tell. But with the remaining content material, I mean, they could stretch it out a little bit and maybe even make their own anime ending. As you were alluding to, it's really, really hard to nail that landing. And I mean, I've heard a rumor. I mean, this is far from, I can't pick up a source on this, but a friend of ours was saying that he heard a rumor that they might do an anime-only ending. So it's probably part of the speculation that's going around. But that's, it'll be interesting to see what happens come that time.
I'll be so upset if they do an anime-only ending. I'm just gonna say that. Like I said, I ain't gonna go into it. I'm the manga readers, but they better not.
I mean, yeah, the ending itself in the manga, I know was, I wouldn't say controversial, but it certainly had its people debating if it was a good ending or not. I can't really say. I haven't yet to read that material, but that's been strictly anime watcher.
Yeah. I am also anime only. And Zero, I have a quick question on that. Do you feel that, since the manga material based on where the anime is right now, do they have any wiggle room to deviate too far off from where the anime wants to take it, or is it possible for them to do their own anime ending at this point? I feel like they've laid a lot of groundwork for what they want to do, but do you think they can do something different?
Yeah, I mean, I think they could, if they really wanted to. Just knowing how it ended, but they stuck so close to the manga, and like you said, they did lay a lot of groundwork to kind of lead up to what the ending is. But it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's been pretty faithful adaptation so far. Why veer at the very tail end? Why veer at the 11th hour? It wouldn't. To me, it wouldn't make too much sense. It might as well just be a faithful anime adaptation throughout, and as consistent as it has been.
Yeah, and then, like I said, we ain't gonna talk too much about the ending. I'm sure we will make a video on this when we finally get to the ending, and probably part 4 of the final season.
For real this time, one more season, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah. Guys, yeah. Part 4, man. Part 4. I swear, that's it.
We got 2 more episodes to finish it out. 2025.
Might as well just tag Lupin at the end of all of these seasons.
Right.
Man,
Just
part
gonna
4
keep
we
doing
riot.
so many parts. Oh gosh, but yeah, we shall be wrapping it up here, guys. What do you guys think about the Attack on Titan season 3? I'm sorry, Attack on Titan season 4. See, I'm getting messed up now.
Right.
The Attack on Titan
we don't know.
final season part 3. Are you guys excited? Is it gonna kill the hype? Who knows? We shall find out.
Yeah. We shall find out.